Hi craft YouTubers, it's the Cranky Crafter here, and I'm coming on today because I'm going to be making a card using the wonderful carols of Christmas, which is available to you guys on a pre-release, an early release, so you can grab this set now. You don't have to wait for the autumn winter catalogue to come out. That Stampin' Up are allowing you to buy this right this minute, and it comes with a bundle of dies, which are the it's called card front builder thinlits. You can either buy them buy the stamp set on its own, or you can get them as a bundle. If you buy them as a bundle, you save 20%. I'm really sorry my camera keeps shaking. I've just noticed the setup I've got here is not great because as you all know, I've just moved house, and so the setup isn't really that great at the moment. I've only just had the internet put back on so that I'm able to upload my videos, and yes, I need to be making a few videos to get up to date with you peeps. I apologise for the delay, but we're going to be using this stamp set today. I am in love with this stamp set because these two here, Peace on Earth, I mean, that has to be one of the best sentiments that you could put on a card, especially at Christmas, but you know, all year round. Peace on Earth is what everybody wants, isn't it? So this one here I think is quite generic. And then you have Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. La 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 la. Yeah, I won't keep singing. But this, you know, these are two great focal points for your cards. And you know, if you put this on the front of a card and just like a little bit of decoration, they're going to look fantastic. So this is what we're going to do today. We're going to make a couple of cards. Now I haven't pre-made one, but I have got an idea in my head. So this could either turn out how the idea is in my head, or it could turn out really bad. But you know, we're going to go with it and roll with it anyway. As I said, carols of Christmas. You can grab a set of these now. It is available to you on an early release. You could grab the bundle. Just pop across to my store. You can find the link to my store on my blog, which is thecrankycrafter.com. If you go to the right hand side, it will say shop here or shop now, and then you press on that picture of the shop, and then it will take you to my shop, and you can make an account and buy this set, or have browse everything else that's there available to you. The autumn winter catalogue doesn't come out till the 1st of September, so this is a great tease, really. Um, so grab it while you can, and we're going to be working with it today. And I have cut two card bases, one in red and one in green. Now, in the is it Be Merry? Let me have a look. Because the papers, the DSP papers I'm using is from the what's it called? Be Merry. Yeah, Be Merry 12 by 12. You get 12 sheets, and we let me have a quick flip through so you can have a quick flip through. These are the Christmas papers that I just got. Can you see? Just give you an idea of what is in them. They're double-sided. They're really lovely, actually. This one here is the one we're going to be using today. We're going to use the flip side of it, and this is the A side, what I call the A side, because it's patterned, and on the back is the B side, which is quite a generic pattern. It looks like little trees. So that we're going to be using the back side of them. Now, well, I don't know what we go with. I might change my mind, actually. So I've got, with the Be Merry designer series papers, they also do a pack of A4 coloured cardstock, and garden green and cherry cobbler and whisper white, and you can grab that as well. and you get, I think, 24 sheets, 8 of each in that pack. So they are in a pack designed to go with the Be Merry Designer Series paper. So again, you can get that in the store as well. That's what we're going to be using. We're going to be using a couple of pieces. Now I cut my card bases down to 4 1/8 by 11.5, and then I score at 5 3/4, which gives you a tenfold card. You can either have it that way or you can have it that way, and that's how I like to do my cards. And then I put a piece of plain whisper white cardstock insides for you to write on, or you can stamp a sentiment if you so wish. And this is, I believe, 3 3/4 by 5.5, this piece here. So it's just a piece of plain white whisper white cardstock, and it's the not the thick one, it's the thin one that I use for inside the cards. It's perfect there. So these are the 2 card bases we're going to be using, and then we're going to be using 2 pieces of DSP paper, and I cut these at 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. Sorry, I work in inches. I'll just check. It is, yeah. I'll tell you it in centimeters when I'll get my ruler. Come on, ruler, out you can. That's it. So the centimeters is 14.3 by 9.5. That's the designer series paper. And then again, on top of that, I have a piece of whisper white cut at 3.5 by 5.25, which in centimeters is that's inches. Come on. I've just told you inches. It is 8.7 by 13.4 by the looks of it. So that's what it is in centimeters. Now we're just going to stick these down to the card fronts, and I'm going to go with the other side. I think on the red, on the cherry cobbler, but I think on the green, which is the garden green, I'm going to go with this one. I think I'm going to go do it different. So use the adhesive of your choice. I'm going to be just using a tape runner for now, and I'm just going to, you can buy tape runners from Stampin' Up. This isn't one because I had a lot before I joined Stampin' Up, so I want to use them up. And I'm just going to carefully well, that wasn't great, was it? But I don't think I can get that off. Yes, I can. That was clever. So I'm going to go up a little bit further because the layer for this is very tight. So you've only got a smidge at the top and the bottom there. And then the same again with this one, but we're going to use the pattern side this time. I love Christmas. My favourite time of the year. I have always loved Christmas. I love all the preparation and the build up. Yeah. Used to love it when my kids were off school. I'd have them at home all the time. Hated it when they went back to school. So that's those two just on there like that. Now we're going to work on the fronts of these. And what I've decided to do is I'm going to stamp Peace on Earth right in the middle. And I'm going to use Cherry Cobbler to do so. Now, to be on the safe side, I'm going to use a stamp pad. Mind you, I don't really need to. No, I don't need to because it is a cushion stamp. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to line that up and use the Cherry Cobbler. There we go. Now, I'm winging this really, ladies and gents. And that's the best way to be. So I'm going to do that right in the centre. Let's hope it's straight. Well, it isn't very straight, is it? But, you know, that. Shall we try again? Let's try again and get it a bit straighter. That's better. That's better. Come on. Got to agree. Much straighter. I'm sorry about the wobble, folks. I'm really going to have to get a better setup, aren't I? To stop all this wobbling. There we go. Peace on Earth. Now, where's my whites? Did I not leave them out? Oh, I must have put them back. I did. Apologise. I do have a Stampin' Up stamp cleaner, but where we've moved, I have no idea where it is. Couldn't tell you. So just clean that off. Now, make sure you've got no ink on your hands, peeps, because you don't want to ruin the Whisper White cardstock. So I'm going to give my hands a good clean. Let's close that ink up. Oh no, I need that. No, we don't. Yes, we do. No, we don't. No, we're going to use a different colour. So let's close that up like so. Pop that away. Right. Clean up your mess. Make sure your hands are cleaned. I mean, it's alright for them to be a bit inky, but make sure that they're not going to come off on your paper. Right, now I don't, as you will know, my people that have been with me for a while, I don't edit things out. What you see is what you get. I continue. So if I mess up, it stays in my videos, I'm afraid. Now I'm going to use my Memento, and I'm going to, the reason why I'm going to use Memento is because I'm going to stamp the these ones, the baubles, the hanging baubles there. I'm going to stamp them on there, but what I really only want is the shadow and the strings, because I'm going to, I've stamped them up in colours, and I have die cut them out in different colours, as you can see there. There was 3. I don't know where the other one's gone. Oops, where's the other one gone? Oh, I'll find it in a minute, I dare say. It's fallen somewhere. Right, yeah, so I've die cut these out, and I've done them in Cherry Cobbler. I've stamped them in Cherry Cobbler and used the dies from the card front builder thinlits, and I'm using them to cut the baubles out. And I'm just going to be, because I've stamped them in the Cherry Cobbler and cut those out, and now I'm going to be, and now I stamped them in Emerald Envy. I don't have Garden Green, so I am substituting that for Emerald Envy, and so I've stamped them in that, and I'm just about to cut them out using my little machine that you've seen. And everything survived the move, I'm pleased to say, that I know of anyway. I still have so much stuff that I don't know needs sorting out. So now I've cut those out. So I've got them now in the green and in the cherry cobbler and the emerald envy. I'm just going to pop them over there. And I'm going to die cut some trees, and they also come in the builder card builder set. You have a set of 2, and I've cut some out already to make it this quicker. So you have 2 like this on this die, and then you have the one on its own. And we're going to cut out both, but I'll tell you what I've done. Instead of cutting it out on normal just green paper, I've got a piece of Whisper White, and I put it onto my old olive ink pad, and I you know, pressed it down and everything, and that's the background, the back colour you can see here. And then I dried it with my heat gun, and then I put it back down on the emerald envy, and just to give it a little, because I didn't want it to be a complete solid colour. I wanted it to be to have different shades in it. So that's what I did with this. Now we're going to cut this out, the trees out of this one, because we need 2 lots for making 2 cards. So I'm going to pop this one up here, and I don't want to pop them straight, because you'll get a bump in your cutting. So I'm going to pop them like that. That's not my cutting pad, that's my cutting pad. Whoops, there you go. So let me put this mat back where you can, there you go. So bring in my little die cutting machine. Don't know why I've got this still stuck to my finger. Piece of tape. And we just run them through the die cutting machine a couple of times, because I've put 2 different dies in there, so I want to make sure that they both cut. There we go. Yeah, they both cut. So just pull that off. Pull it off gently, because you don't want to rip your trees that you've just die cut. So we don't need the die cutting machine now. Get your pokey tool and just pop these out. There you go. So as you can see, they're not completely flat, not flat colour. They are textured, and they look like they're different colours, like trees should look, because they're all different tones in there. Let's just rub that one, and the same with that one. Right, so there we have our we finished with our dies and our die cutting machine. We're going to work on these now, and I'm going to do the, I thought I would do the maybe that side, do the baubles, and then have some trees, maybe, you know, one side or the other. Like so. I mean, you can space them out to where you want them to go. I think I might Yeah, I think that's what I might do. I might put the trees down here, on here, like so, and coming off with that one. So I'm going to stick this one quite flat, and then I'm going to pop this one up on dimensionals in the middle. To go there in the middle. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go what shall I use? Some glue dots maybe? No, maybe not. No, I'll just use a tape runner. See if I can do it with this. And just there we go. And just pop that on the edge there like that. And then with this one we're going to use the we're going to pop it up on dimensionals. So I'm just going to find mine where I put them. And we're going to use the minis. So this is the mini Stampin' Up dimensionals, and we're going to use these. If I can find the opening. These are just so brilliant. You don't need to cut yours in half anymore because that, you know, they're perfect for jobs like this. So we're going to, where's my pokey tool gone? There it is. Yep, so we're just gonna start off by getting that one out there, and we're gonna pop some on our tree. Hope you can see what I'm doing. Just put them on the tree like this. Now I'm just putting them going down in the middle. Maybe that's enough. Get another one? No, maybe that's enough. Yeah, that's enough. So I'm just going to pop them down there in the middle like that. There's only, I'm using 3. These are teeny tiny dots. Like so. And I'm just going to kind of bend them slightly. Again, so they're not going to lay. Then I'm going to take our card front, and I'm just going to pop that. Should I go down? Or should I go up? Let's go down, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to pop that on there like that, in between those, like so. And then we're going to have this coming down this side, and we're going to use the Memento black. Oh, silly me. Oh, just a disaster. There we go. Oh, something always goes wrong in my videos. You can watch all of them. You'll find something, oh, disastrous. Right. Let's see if we can get this straight. There we go. Now, the reason I've done them black is because we're going to be popping up the others on top. I did actually want them to go right to the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my journaling pen, my Stampin' Up journaling pen, which I can't actually find at the moment. So I'm just going to have to substitute it. It's not there. Someone, oh, is it over here? I do apologise. Yeah, here we go. This is the Stampin' Up journaling pen, and I'm just going to continue that line up to the top. Oops, not very straight, I'm afraid. And then I'm going to go and do a kind of like a like they've been tied. And we're going to get the baubles that we which are on top of my let's put the lid back on there before another disaster happens. Shall I do this one as well? Yeah, let's do this one as well while we're waiting. And this time we're going to put the trees on the other side, I think, because there's more space on that side. So let's put the trees on there. Oops. Let's put a bit of tape on there. Put the trees on. Might cut that bit off. And then take another tree. This one. And get your dots. Your micro dots. And just pop them on there. 1, 2, 3, and then we'll just take the backing off. Give it a little bit of a bend, and we'll pop it on. There you go. It's a little bit I don't know if you can see, but it's a little bit dimensional. And then we stamp our I think I probably need to draw in a line again. Yes. Get this click clean. And get the pen and just we're just drawing in the lines to the top, like so. And then we're going to do the bows again. That's so. And then we're going to put our, now there should be 6 of these. What have I got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to mix them up. So, because we've got red, and I've done them in Emerald Envy, and Cherry Cobbler. Then we're going to mix up the colours, and it's a good job we got mini dots because we're going to make them all dimensional. So for the first one, the Cherry Cobbler one there, and then a green, and these dots are perfect for this. Perfect fit right in the middle. And there we go. That's one. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I will hold it back up to the camera. I've got dots stuck to me, look. And then you can see it just makes them a little bit more dimensional. I think I might do the red one now. No, green. Go with green. It was the one that was there, so. Oops. There we go. Just pop that on like that. So that's that one. As you can see, it's dimensional, and I drew in the little bows there. Could put a bit of glossy accent on them, or Winker Stella or something like that. It'd be lovely. So we'll do the other one. Yes, it's a long video. You know, you can fast forward these bits if you want to. I don't edit out. Simple fact that there are beginners that watch my channel, and everyone has to start somewhere, and it's good for the beginners to realize that, you know, people make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's finding ways really to come, you know, to overcome those mistakes. Sometimes you find happy accidents, and you know, things happen that you thought, hey, I didn't even think of that. What a great way or idea that was, and it happened purely by accident, you know. And that's basically where most of the great ideas come from, where people have like had a little bit of an accident, you know. And I know my wording on this one isn't straight, but it's a handmade card, you know. If you want factory made and you want everything perfect, then go and buy a card from a shop. You know, this is handmade, and you know, little quirks and things where little mistakes happen, it's quite perfectly acceptable in my opinion. So now left to do is to put these onto our base, and you can actually, if you want to, put a bit of Winker Stella, or you could put a little bit of snow on your trees. So we're going to attach these. I am going to just attach them. Yeah, look, see, that was the bit where I did wrong, isn't it? I am just going to attach these with a bit of tape runner. Well, she says, if they don't break, like that one did. I'm just going to find another one. So, 1 minute. Right. I'm back. I have another. Right. So, I'm just going to use a little bit of tape, she says. And then just center that on your card like so. I hope you can see that. And again with this one. And yeah, I think I'm going to leave that overhang. I'm not going to cut it off. Now, what would have been really nice on these would have been to use the corners to get this around the right way. Look, to use the corners on here and made them cut them out. Not those. What am I looking at? So here are our cards that we've made. I think they've turned out quite pretty, and I am going to put a little bit of if I can find it. I'm going to put a little bit of Winker Stella on. It isn't Winker Stella actually, it's a Spectrum Noir one, but it is a little bit of glitter just to brighten it up. Let's get it going. Doesn't seem to be coming out. Oh, is it blocked? No, that one's not working. I do have another one. I don't know where it is. It's got a little bit of sparkle. Not working very well. Let me see if I can find my other one. I've got a white pen. I might put a little bit of white on. Just put a little bit of white on there like that. Just a texture. Yeah, I would use a bit of glitter on them, but mine is not working. So I do apologise for that, folks. So you can either put, let me see if I've got one in my other bag. I do. Let's see if this one works. Let me get this one. Yeah, this one's working. That's better. Let's put a bit of glitter on, a bit of sparkle. Bit of sparkle on the trees. And it makes a difference because gives it a Christmassy, nice Christmas glittery feel. I don't know if you can see that. Hang on. Where are we? Can you see that? Don't think. There you go. You can see it. And I'll just put a bit on these as well. On the trees. As I said, you can put a bit of white on them to make them look like there's a bit of snow on the top. My white gel pen didn't work that well either, but for now, bit of sparkle and a bit of sparkle on the baubles too. So there's my two cards using the Carols of Christmas, which I think you agree is a really fantastic set, and you know, such a great focal cards. And you could do exactly the same with Deck the Halls. Just change the sentiment up. And there's even a little reindeer there which does have a die, a coordinating die to go with it. So, and if you get the bundle, you'll have him in there, and he's quite cute. Let me show you the dies that you get. Which mine are all stuck together now. Don't do this, folks. Don't stick all your dies together. What on earth? Right, here we go. You get in your dies, you get a nice border here that you know you could put round. You could even put round your card here, base here. Do one side and then turn it and do the other side in your big shop. And or you could, these were the corners I was on about. Would have been nice to have used one of these in each of the two corners, and it would have shown what was underneath as well, I think. Then you have this night sky with all the stars and the moon and everything. That's really pretty. And another set of baubles. Here he is. Here he is, the little reindeer. So there are your dies, and oh, and you also get your, don't forget, you get your trees in there too, which is why my dies stuck, because the trees were in here. And where's they go? That's so weird, isn't it? That you get them out and then you can never put them back again. So let's put them there. And then the large tree went there, I think. And then you have the other set of baubles to go in that as well. So you get quite a lot of dies in this kit, and you also get like your poinsettia as well. So really nice set of dies. They were, mine stuck. I need to get different way to store my dies so that doesn't happen actually. They do come in a nice folder, so you could actually just put them in them. Yeah, so they're the two that you get. They're the cards that we made. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you've liked what I've done. Please give me a subscribe if you want to follow me and watch some more videos that I've made. I'm sorry it's so long, folks, but hey ho, that's me. Warts and all you get, and I'm not going to change because I think it's important for beginners to know how to do things, you know, or that everybody's human, so we all make mistakes. So thanks for watching, guys, and happy crafting. Bye bye for now.